Hey, FlimsyLunchTray here, and welcome to World of Warships for update 14.4, Perilous Route. The update will go in tomorrow for NA and Thursday for EU. So as always, you can pick up a day of premium. So if, let's say, for example, you don't have any premium time, then try to claim the gift because it instantly will give you the 24 hours. Try to claim it when you're actually going to sit down and play, even if it's like several days later, and you can just even claim it through the port news article tab. But I have a lot of days in premium, so it's fine. All right, let's see. So we've got Perilous Route. It's active from the 14th of May to June 11th. A new temporary PvE battle type inspired by the familiar convoy. So update 14.4 brings a new temporary PvE battle type inspired by convoy, where essentially your mission is to escort a damaged command ship to the destination area while defending her from attacking enemy fleets. During the mission, the command ship will take 2 stops for critical repairs. To resume the journey, you'll need to complete one of 3 possible tasks. Once repairs are complete, the command ship will become fully operational and will help you in the final battle against the last enemy assault. In addition, you'll be assigned 5 randomly chosen secondary objectives of varying difficulty, bringing more variety to each battle. You can participate playing Tier 8 through Tier 9 ships of all types except submarines. All ships will be equipped with a coordinated fleet support consumable, which partially restores hit points for all team members in the command ship. So I played this on public test server. Actually kind of refreshing. It's a bit different. It's really nice. Sometimes you will have overwhelming odds. The biggest downside that I saw when I'm playing this on the public test server is people playing the primary objective. And the primary objective is defending this ship right here. So I don't understand why that's hard. It's the same thing with ops. When you're supposed to escort a ship and defend it, people will all be behind fighting. Like here you see on the minimap, like there's 4 people like back behind. I mean, granted, yes, there are some people coming from bots coming in from behind, but just fail to guard the primary ship. So you'll probably notice that if you play it, but there'll be more information available in a separate article coming soon. Updated operations with flagships. Each flagship gains additional effects based on its ship type. So since flagships returned in update 14.2, they become more dangerous apparently now. Each flagship has gained additional effects based on its ship type. So let's get in here. So let's see if there's any information really happening here on the screen. It's just looks like mines. Let's see, we have very 91,000 hit point Yamagiri there as well. Let's see, to even the odds, now you can now upgrade your classified documents. Their upgrades will become stronger with each new level, giving you the upper hand in engagements with enemy ships. In the update 14.4, the maximum level of classified documents is 5, and the level cap will be increased in future updates. Upgrading classified documents requires intel tokens, which you can earn by completing combat missions. So, to be honest, I just really don't care about the classified documents. I think it's just adding too much additional stuff into the game. Maybe some of you really like more depth within this into the game. For me, it's just really annoying, especially when you're trying to, previously or so far with ops with flagships, when you go in to play a game, you get that pop-up screen every time, and I've seen other players complain about it. So it's a little annoying, but you know, maybe for some of you, you don't mind, but I've just been annoyed by it, to be honest. Operation Dynamo Event Pass. Let's see here. The first progression line offers rewards such as 5x Operation Dynamo containers, the monochrome enemy destruction effect, the coastal British permanent camouflage, 3 days of premium account, and the industrial permanent camouflage for the Tier 9 Duncan British battleship as the final reward. And then unlocking the second progression line for 2,500 doubloons will immediately grant you the industrial permanent camouflage for the Hawk. Among other words, you'll find the British heavy cruiser London and 3x Operation Dynamo premium containers. The final reward of this line is industrial permanent camouflage for St. Vincent. So I don't actually know Is London available in the Armory? Let's find out. Because I'm just curious if it is, then like how much is the ship? It's not here. It might be in the premium shop. I'm not certain. Oh, I have it here. So 5,800 doubloons. Right, because I already have it. So then in that sense, it's worth it to pick up a ship that's technically worth 5,800 doubloons, unless you're using like a 25% coupon for the doubloons. So it is a win-win if you're trying to collect more ships into the game, that you can get Tier 6 London, and you can get other rewards, other containers, other permanent camouflages as well. So then it might be worth it to you in that regard. So extra levels of the first and second progression lines will bring you 1x more signal container and 1x rare bonuses container per level respectively. Compensation, if you already have the permanent camouflages for Hawk, Duncan, and St. Vincent, will be credits ranging from 6 million, 7.5 million, and 9 million. If you have London already, you'll receive 8.2 million credits. So another way to think about it is you can spend 2,500 balloons to get 8,250,000 credits if you already have London, but maybe not the best trade, but hey, it is what it is. Dunkirk 1940s. It starts up 21st of May and 18th of June. Deploy cards representing the little ships of Dunkirk to overcome obstacles. We've prepared a temporary port activity, Dunkirk 1940. This PvE activity involves cards representing the little ships of the Dunkirk, which we use to overcome various obstacles, also represented by cards. Here are the basic rules. So it's just an in-game port activity. I'm not really going to go into detail on it here, but you can read more about it here to see. It looks like you have to spend... what is it you have to spend? Does it show? Cards, modifiers, there'll be rules in on it as well. Okay, you know what I would really like? Rather than wargaming, investing all this time on classified documents and in-game card events, I'd rather them just focus on developing the game. I'd rather them stop reintroducing copy-paste ships in the 44 version. Maybe I would like a new map in the game. I feel like I'm a bit cynical today going over this, but it is what it is. But the Dunkirk 1940 will allow you to earn various rewards, including Operation Dynamo containers. Completion of the activity will be the reward of the Gallant. On top of that, collecting all 30 cards will bring you the Braving the Fire flag. I have Gallant. I personally am not too impressed with the boat, but I'm pretty sure I have it. Yeah. But it is what it is. And of course, if you want to do something in game, maybe you're a card enthusiast, then this is an event that may be likely for you. For me, it's not. If you already have the Gallant in your port, you receive 3,375,000 credits as compensation. Soviet submarines will finally leave early access. I have the tier 6 and I've been waiting for it to come out. So to spend my hard-earned free XP to pick up the tier 8 and the tier 10. So if you're looking forward to Soviet submarines coming up early access, there you go. I don't play submarines in the game anymore, but they're there for you. The Blücher Dockyard continues. You still have time to build the famous cruiser that served as a flagship of the German task force. You can pick up the Gambia, so maybe if you've already been playing, you've already picked up the Gambia like myself. I haven't actually played and messed around with the ship, but that will continue on. You also have Azur Lane, the 7th wave, hitting the game. So World of Warships welcomes back Azur Lane. With update 14.4, World of Warships welcomes back the warships of Azur Lane with their bright characters and brave commanders for the 7th wave of Archonic collaboration. This time, the prettiest fleet on the high sea is joined by 4 ships: Azur Lane Hindenburg, Azur Lane Kearsarge, Azur Lane Bismarck, and Azur Lane Gorizia, each with her own commemorative flag. The already impressive list of commanders has been expanded with 5 newcomers with individual voiceovers for Kearsarge, Gorizia, Hindenburg, Graf Spee, and Scharnhorst. 4 new themed permanent camouflages for the Zara, Colorado, Scharnhorst, and Graf's Bay, as well as the Azur Lane patch have also been added. What's more, the contents of the Azur Lane Ocean Guardians premium container have been refreshed, and you'll find the new containers here after the release of update 14.4. Okay, so it's not going to show it yet, but you can come into here and see, look it up and see what will you be dropped. So if you're an Azur Lane enthusiast, then there you go. Some more investing to happen there, if you will, if you are going for all these commanders. Ranked battles. Season 23 begins with update 14.4 from May 14th of May to July 9th. I should also make mention real quick, Azur Lane event collaboration will end beginning of July. But with ranked battles, May 14th to July 9th, Season 23 begins. Bronze League 6v6 versus Tier 8 ships. It's actually, I think that's quite nice, because I feel like Bronze League has been Tier 6s, Tier 7 forever. No more than 1 submarine, 3 battleships, 2 destroyers, and 5 cruisers, no aircraft carriers allowed. So you will have Tier 8 submarines to contend with. Silver League 6v6 Tier 9 ships, no more than 3 battleships, 3 destroyers, and 5 cruisers. Doesn't say anything. Yeah, you won't have submarines or carriers because Tier 9, right? And then Gold League, Tier 10 ships, no more than 1 submarine, 3 battleships, 2 destroyers, and 5 cruisers. No aircraft carriers allowed. So Bronze League and Gold League will have submarines. Silver League you won't, which honestly that sounds like the best place to be. And then Gold League, what I find is often you run into the same, like let's say you're playing on NA, you run into the same like 30 players again and again at Gold League. So probably Silver League is the bright and shining spot unless you want to, go up and progress and get more rewards. In Season 23, the rule for keeping a star in the event of a loss is the same for all leagues. Only the top XP earner on the losing team keeps their star. Brawls, 3 new Brawls with different formats await you from the first Brawl starting the 19th of May and then ending the 26th of May, my local time. Brawl 1, 4v4 to Tier 10 ships. Brawl 2, 2v2, Tier 6 ships. Brawl 3, 4v4, Tier 8 ships. You can see here on the screen the other restrictions. Warhammer 40,000 is back, starting in the 21st of May through June 4th. You can... It looks like it's just a rinse and repeat. I don't think there's anything new with this. I just see it's Cross of Dorn, Ignis Progatio, Ragnarok, and Ship Smasha. So it's just a rinse and repeat. Doesn't look like they have anything new here. Armory, historical commanders from the Narvik to Dunkirk adventure. Continues 7th of May through June 18th. The second week of the update 14.4 brings the second chapter of the adventure dedicated to Dunkirk evacuation. You'll be able to earn adventure tokens by completing combat missions and obtain such rewards as the Home Fleet Grey Historical Permanent Camouflage, Historical Commander Victor Crutchley, Operation Dynamo containers, and special economic bonuses for free. The second part of the adventure also brings the new premium destroyer, Blücher 44. Oh my gosh, another copy-paste of a ship already in the game. Who could have thought that Wargaming would do it again and again and again and again and again? So, I'm sure this ship is a slight, perhaps, variation in terms of differences compared to normal Blücher, but hey, there it is, another ship to collect, another copy and paste. Commanders David, Betty, and Franz von Hipper. Starting the 28th of May, you can purchase the historical commanders. They'll become permanently available in the armor. They are skilled commanders with special traits identical to those of Bert Dunkirk and Franz von Jutland, respectively. You'll be able to purchase them, David Betty, for 35,000 coal, while Franz von Hipper will be available for 1,500 doubloons. So let me show you what Bert Dunkirk has. So he has the enhanced skills, grease the gears, consumable specialist, and consumable enhancements. When we come back for Franz von Jutland, he has the enhanced skills, consumable specialist, and vigilance. So that's what those enhanced skills will be on on those 2 commanders. Content additions and changes. Commanders Ragnar of Denmark and Ragnar from Norge with an individual voiceovers. The Longest Night in Museum 2025 flag. Grand Trial Spring Phase flag and Grand Trial Spring Phase patch. You can see them all here. Achievements for Clan Battle Season 30, Man of War and Hurricane Man of War. New coal mission chain for experimental ships has been added. It will be available during update 14.4. Some ships. Yeah, there's a list there you can see. I'm not going to go into that for time's sake. Future changes, contents of Firepower Premium Container, Wings of Freedom Premium Container, Wings of Freedom Container, and Battle of Peso di Patria Premium Container will be changed with the arrival update 14.5. You can see what exactly changed in our development blog. Other changes, they fixed a bug that caused Steering Gears Mod 2 upgrade to not affect the Atago. Well, that's a pretty interesting bug. Fixed a bug that caused incorrect spawning of a ship on the trap map in clan battles. Fixed an issue that sometimes caused an incorrect display of flagship icons in the ship status panel during ops with flagships. Fix a textured bug for the assimilated permanent camouflage. Yeah. Yeah, that's about all I see. So, in terms of what I think of this update, pretty boring. Pretty boring. Not a lot happening. I mean, I think is the most exciting thing, in my opinion. I mean, for PvE, I think it's quite good. In terms of how the game's progressing as a whole, like, I don't really see much happening here. I mean, granted, we have some more investment in the PvE world. Wargaming's taking notice. It's been, like, the hardest lesson for Wargaming to understand that they actually have a decent amount of size player base that likes PvE in World of Warships. They really resisted it for years, and now it's been positive, to give Wargaming credit, that it's finally coming around, that they're actually finally investing in it more. So probably, ironically, coming from FlimsyLunchTray, the Perilous Route is probably the most exciting thing in probably Azur lane, like just in general, because I know in terms that there are many players that like this, to each their own. But it usually, I always see it seems to generate excitement. So yeah, so not a whole lot going on with this update. Pretty average, I guess. If they didn't have the Perilous Route, I'd probably be knocking this update. But good to see that, you know, we have, you know, 2 different game modes still happening in the PvE world. So it just seems like, I kind of worry, to be honest with you. It's, you know, if you look at World of Warships, out of Leicester Studios, it really seems like they're developing the game more there, right? Not that I recommend playing that version, because I think there's also, they got, the Russia state got involved because they saw a lot of money in income earnings after they released how much money they had made in the last year or whatever. So some oligarchs perhaps want some money, I don't know. So, but it's interesting when you look at that game to see that the player base was growing, the Leicester Studios was actually developing the game and improving things, and, you know, taking maybe some risk in certain ways, while World of Warships just seems to, like, cease. That we still haven't gotten new maps when we've already should have gotten new maps when you go back to previous updates here in the game, or like years past, we should have already had a new map in the game, and we really haven't. He had the one, was it Seashells or something, but that was a map that was already in the game from my understanding in the past. But then just, you know, update after update, it doesn't, like, the only thing they've taken stabs at perhaps is the AA working it, but they still haven't landed on anything with that. And plane spotting and all these things. So I really feel like the development aspect of World of Warships was less to studios, where Wargaming just seems to be in a holding pattern, if I'm being completely honest with you, in terms of what I'm seeing come out of the game over the last year, maybe even more so. I could say maybe over the last 2 years. It just doesn't really feel like the game's progressing. It just feels like they're almost like they're happy with where they want to be at, and they're just content to, copy and paste ships. This ship is Scharnhorst Black. Scharnhorst, what is the other? 42. Bliskavika 44. However you say that ship's name. All they're doing is just copy and pasting ships we already have in the game. Like, I kind of would like something more in terms of the development, but maybe Wargaming's like, well, we're at where we're at, and we're not really going to do much more things, and that. Maybe that's too critical from me, but, I mean, honestly, I've played the game over 5 years now. I've played it since 2019, and the development aspect of the game has just come to a slow halt, or not a complete halt, but it's really slowed down, outside of Wargaming taking the time to invest more in the PvE. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. But I still have to give Wargaming props for actually noticing the PvE world is actually, like, worth investing in, and that you have players who... I think they probably, if they had invested in PvE, let's say a few years earlier, I think they probably would have caught some other players who wouldn't have left the game. When we lost a lot of veteran players around update 10.0, but particularly with Submarines being introduced into the game, that was the straw that broke the camel's back for a lot of players. And then monetization, community contributor exodus, kicking community contributors as of late because they're not streaming the proper World of Warships game. They're streaming the Less to Studios version, while in their title it says they're playing World of Warships. So yeah, interesting to see. So with that being said, if you did like the update and I guess a little bit of ranting commentary there at the end, give the video a like. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Give me your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel like Wargaming is actually proceeding with the game as of the last year? Or do you have concerns? Or you feel like, no, I think they're doing what they need to be doing? So it'd be interesting to hear your feedback. But also, if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. If you have subscribed, thanks so much. Thank you to our Patreon supporters. Until next time, take care.